been too long. Allow me to act.
Prophecy is not always a gift. Often I see things I wish I hadn't. But when the vision is clouded, I am most uneasy. I cannot see beyond the coming battle. Is it because I die? I can't die without finishing my work.
Mordramoth didn't even try to cover its tracks. Either this is a trap, or the dragon's getting desperate.
Doesn't matter. Trahern's here, and even if he is just bait, he'll still lead us to Mordramoth.
Mordramoth's here too. I can feel its mind all around us.
Yes, it's like some great fist, and it's squeezing.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to get this dragon out of my head for good.
Agreed. Mordramoth must pay. And the world needs to see a Sylvari exact payment. Lead on, Commander.
Let's move then. Stick close. We don't know what's down here.
Armies cannot stop me.
The dragon is focused on the battles outside. We'll never get a better chance.
I won't let all this be for nothing. Stand back. I'm ending this. Now!
I returned home a few months after the fight. A memorial was put in place for Trahern's sacrifice. I won't forget your sacrifices you've made, brother. Rest easy now. With Calicbog still in hand, I returned to Mother in hopes to restore its glory. Mother, it is good to see you're doing well since I last saw you. I'm sure you're aware by now of Mortimer's defeat, although it came with a great price. I've brought back Calicbog. Can you restore it? The pale tree had blessed Calicbog once more, but this time it shined brighter than ever. The mother had congratulated me on completing my wild hunt. She had foresaw this from the beginning. As so, she had named me one of her greatest knights of the Thorns, and gifted me with a Warden Thorn shoulder guard. Later that evening, I had received a letter from Newt Whitebear to attend a ceremonial gathering for Heir Stegauken's passing.
Rest in peace, Heir. May the mountains hear her name until the end of time. May we all carry her memory until we join her.
You made it.
Of course, Newt. She was a dear friend.
Let's head up. My people will be glad you're here. Some may have questions about what happened.
I hope it's not why. I'm still struggling with that one myself.
Aren't we all? Perhaps that's the answer Bram left to seek.
He's not here.
No. He arranged this and then took to the mountains. The fire inside that boy. I almost feel sorry for any of Jormag's minions he comes across.
Sounds like he's working through it in true Bram fashion. Good.
Make yourself at home. Your Tribune friend certainly has. Now I'll leave you to it, Commander. Speak with whomever you wish, and celebrate, or pay your respects privately. The spirit of Heir can be found in either. She had him dead to rights. We all knew it. And what was he going to do? Beg? Plead? Wasn't his style. And Heir wouldn't buy it anyway. So, he just jumped off the ledge. Well, she wouldn't give him the satisfaction of escape, even to his death. She shot him before he hit the ground. Damn, that lord knew how to exact revenge.
That's
So
just
true.
like her. Thank you for that story, Tribune Brimstone.
I'm not sure why no one's ever made a tapestry of that moment. Oh, hey, good to see you, Commander.
You too. Spreading a little air cheer?
Things are getting too serious. Just ensuring they remember the right Heir.
Hey, you're that Ritlock trombone, the Revenant, right?
Close enough. Now why don't you do Uncle Trombone a favor and buzz off?
But I want to hear about the Blood Legion.
Don't you think quietly weeping in the corner by yourself would be more fun than this?
Nah, this is fine.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Zojia or Logan? I was crossing my fingers they'd be well enough to make this.
Still both laid up on my last visit.
Too bad. Mordremoth's death came with a great toll, for sure.
You know, with those two out of the field, and Snaff and Heir gone, and Kaith, well, there really is no Destiny's Edge anymore.
I'm sorry, Ritlock. I know how important it was to you.
But there's no sense in looking back. Maybe it's time to start again.
Another guild? Would Heir...
She wouldn't want us to get caught up in her death like she did with Snaff's. Regret gets you nowhere. And Tyria would probably sleep more soundly with the Dragon Slayer at the helm of a new guild.
We could do a lot of good. It didn't go perfectly, but the small group we had was pretty capable against Mordremoth. What will we call it?
Fate's Razor!
I will not be part of a guild called Fate's Razor.
What about Dragon's Watch?
Dragon's Watch. I like that.
Can I be in it?
No.
But I've got my Uncle Beamish's magical sword.
Not yet, kid.
Commander, come see this. What's going on?
It's a sign. To air.
Great spirits.
Welcome home, brother. I can't
That is
believe
a
it.
happy sight.
Rox! You... and Garm!
Commander, what are you doing here? What did I walk into?
A memorial for Air. You couldn't have brought a better gift.
Yeah, nice work, soldier.
We're both tired
Rest
and
in
hungry.
peace,
Wasn't
Air.
expecting all this.
May the
Garm's
mountains
hurt,
hear
too.
her name
We should
until
get him
the end
healing
of
as
time.
soon as possible.
What can I do to help?
I'll send for a healer. In the meantime, there's plenty of food around.
I'll do it. Rox, you rest. Are you hungry, Garm? There you go, boy. You're home now.
Legendary.
I still can't believe it. How did you find Garm?
Tracked him from the crash site. Wasn't easy. The jungle's still crawling with Mordrum. Some of them have come unhinged without their master's voice. Poor Garm followed Air's scent into the middle of it all. He was lucky to be alive. We both are.
Air's monument will be in good company.
Bram's going to be so happy when he gets back.
He's not here?
No, he's in the mountains blowing off some steam.
Well, I'll stay with Garm and make sure he's okay. When he's ready, we can try to catch up with Bram.
I'm sure the cold air will do Garm some good after all that jungle heat.
Yeah, if I never see another pocket raptor as long as I live, I'll die happy.
Come on. Let's get to what we're here for.
Lend us your ears. The one who killed Zaitan with Air's Tagalkan would like to say a few words.
We've all lost people we loved. And the pain of that can be overwhelming. But we can't let the pain stop us from moving forward without them. Without her. Instead, we honor, celebrate her life. The gift that she was. Air is a part of me. A part of all of us. How do we embrace that? By living the rest of our own lives larger, better, bolder. We love, we laugh, we defend our world, and we fight for what's right. We do what she would have done. Homesteaders, hunters, heroes all. To Air!
To
Rest in peace.
Air.
To Air!
To a
May we
great
all
warrior
carry
and
her
friend.
Join her and the Great Spirit.
Commander, this just arrived for you.
Air Stagalkin. Her legend lives on.
You can rest assured that your legend will be remembered.
Looks like I'm off to Rhodonovis. Ritlock, care to follow?
Sure, but I need to take care of something on the way. Or rather, tell someone I won't be taking care of something. Never mind. I'll meet you there.
Air's
Sure.
monument will be in good company.
Rox, Ritlock talked me into founding a new guild. It'd be great to have you. And pass the invitation on to Bram when you see him. Actually, don't. I'll do it in person. I don't want him to think we're merely replacing Destiny's Edge after his mother's death.
I get it. And I think he will too, when the time's right.
One second, please.
Security breach detected.
Gollum, what are you doing?
Responding with full force.
No, this is not happening! Cease! Desist!
An identified intruder does not fulfill height requirements.
Okay, need more endurance.
My friend, stop that rescue!
I'm trying! Oh, my poor baby. It'll take me months to repair you now.
Timey! Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. All this crunchy old tech's been overstimulated by the influx of magic. Glad you're here.
Yeah, I got your letter.
Funny, I also sent one to this guy, but he barely made it.
Your note failed to mention how to navigate this Asuran playground.
He got lost trying to find the lab. I had to follow the non-stop stream of Char expletives to track him down.
City of the future, my tail.
It's good to see you. I was so happy when I saw your mission was a success. But then I heard about Marshal Traherne.
He saved us all. His sacrifice won't soon be forgotten.
But there's good news too. Ritlock says we're starting a new guild. So exciting!
Glad you're on board.
Of course you are! Someone has to be the brains. Haha, kidding. In all seriousness though, I suspect some of the things I'm working on in this place will come in very handy.
How have you been doing here?
Great, it's fantastic. Well, it was before every Asura and their grand mentor showed up.
At least you have a lot of hands to pitch in at the Dragon Lab.
What do you mean, Commander? I've never heard of this room you describe. Keep it down about the Dragon Lab. I don't want anyone finding out about it. Especially...
Hello, progeny.
Counselor Flunt, how lovely to see you. I'm so pleased you didn't end up on a Chalk's breakfast menu this morning.
You can stow the dim insults. They'll never be clever enough to wound me. Now, have there been any new developments today?
Why, none that I can think of.
Allow me to warn you about keeping secrets from me, progeny. My wrath is as fierce as my intellect.
Oh, that sounds terrifying. I wouldn't dream of hiding something from you, Counselor. I'm totally hiding something from him. Let's head there now, but not the way you know. We're going through the gate. I've configured it to appear as if we're going to the command center, but we're really going to you-know-where. Except there's a catch. You have to outsmart the security measures.
You're joking, right?
Not this time. Give it a shot and I'll observe. See if you can crack the code. I'll give you a hint. Do exactly as you're told.
Final phase complete. Passcode accepted. Gate relay 04687 activated.
That's our cue. You cracked the code. Let's go. Sorry to put you through that. I need to keep people who may or may not be named Flunt out of here.
Now that the subterfuge is out of the way, can we get to what you called us here for?
Yes, this is a replica of the leyline energy map we found outside of Tyria. I've been tracking the movement of magic since Mordremoth's death. It's been in total chaotic flux. Here, there, everywhere. See, that dot is the egg chamber. It lit up like a Lunar New Year firework after the dragon went bye-bye. But as you can see here, the egg's doing great.
What are we looking at? A feed of the egg chamber?
Yeah, the Exalted and the Rada Novans shared a ton of information. They must have helped them design their security system.
And then you broke into it?
No, I utilized it to check on the egg.
So you broke into it?
Hey, we're all friends, right? I don't think they'd mind. Maybe just don't mention it around any floaty gold people.
Do you have access to surveillance all over Tyria?
Back to the leyline map. So this other point is... Huh, that's new. The northern bloodstone dot is flaring up. I'll have to keep an eye on that.
The spot where Moldremoth died looks like it's cooling down a little.
Yeah, a lot of that energy's been put back into the system. I'm trying to model its patterns, but this map isn't built for detailed readings. Yet. In the meantime, look at this.
What is it?
Not to toot my own warbler or anything, but I killed a chalk or two in my time alone here. Since the others don't know about this place, I couldn't ask to have defenses installed. So they pop up every once in a while when the lab's drawing a lot of power. Exactly! Get him!
That sound makes my teeth ache. Stop eating cookies in your lab.
I think they smell the organ I harvested. Might be one of their kin.
The pains of this world are fatal.
Rise and return to the fight!
Way to exterminate! Don't worry about their goo. I'll clean that up later. Anyway, this thing is some sort of organ I found in one of the larger ones. It's part of their digestive system, and as you know, they feed on ley energy, so it got me curious.
Any valuable findings yet?
None I can explain right now. I ran some ley energy through it, and it came out different on the other side.
Different?
I'm not really sure how just yet. It was barely measurable with the equipment I have. I need to develop some other device to actually observe the phenomenon.
What's that sludge you're keeping it in?
Blighting pod fluid. Remember that stuff? It has wonderful preservative and even restorative properties.
Fluid? From the blighting pods? The things that made horrible Mordrum abominations out of corpses?
So you do remember it?
Timey, do you think maybe that might be a bad idea?
You worry too much. In research, there's no reward without risk. And if I'm gonna stay one step ahead of everyone outside this lab, I have to take a lot of risks. But one thing I can't risk is staying away from the main lab too long. It arouses suspicion. Let's go.
I got your back. You first.
Stand down. It's just Tiny's friends again.
I was told I'd find the Pact commander here. Anyone? Were they wrong?
General Soulkeeper, this is quite a surprise. What brings you to Rata Novis?
You do, Commander. I've come here to offer you a new position within the Pact. The marshal rank is, vacant. And we want you to fill it.
This is an honor.
I'm glad you view it in that light. The Pact is hanging on by a thread.
I see.
I can tell you're having your doubts, so let me just be upfront about the role. Certain Pact elements feel like Marshal Traherne's mistake was going out into the field and getting himself killed. The new Marshal would be planted safely in an office in Lion's Arch, still leading the troops, but out of harm's way.
As flattered as I am by your offer, I'm going to have to respectfully decline, General. After our Mordremoth battle, I believe I, Ritlock, and the others would be more effective operating as our own guild.
I understand the decision on your early retirement, although I'm disappointed. I still believe in the Pact's goal.
I do too, and I'll always be ready to lend a hand. It'll just be outside the system.
Out from under a mountain of paperwork, you mean?
Laugh it up, No Eyes. I have something for you, too. A letter from the Black Citadel. You must have really brushed some higher-ups the wrong way.
Are you sure you just want to crumple that up and throw it away?
Why not? It's what I did with the last two.
What did I hear? You're not in the Pact anymore? Wait, what do I call you? Poobah?
No. How about we just stick with Commander for now?
Technically, it's a title for life, so you're welcome to it.
Never capitulate. That didn't sound good.
Quick, let's go see what's happening.
Protect the counselors! Run! It's a crazy Silvari!
Get the dragon down away from me!
Is that another one of your friends?
What happened?
I came in through the caves because I couldn't find the gate. I wasn't expecting such an enthusiastic welcome.
Did you see that? Juan was so mad, even his fleas jumped ship. And now, you're my hero.
Why the surprise visit?
I'm here answering the call.
But Mordremoth's dead.
It's not the Jungle Dragon's call. This time it's Anis's.
Still holds your billet, eh?
She does. But certain messy events have transpired, and I'm assured that if I clean them up, my billet will be released, and I'll once again be free from any yoke.
How can I help?
Minister Caudicus recently left the Queen's protective custody. Anis sent me and a squad of Shining Blade to help the good minister find his way back to Divinity's Reach.
Any idea in his whereabouts?
There's been a flare-up of White Mantle activity in northern Maguma, and intel points to him possibly heading there.
That's the crazy magical hotspot we saw up by the Bloodstone.
I thought the minister claimed to not be in bed with those Mersat lovers.
Didn't we all?
Ritlock, get word to the others. Marjorie might be getting a little restless in Divinity's Reach and want in on the action.
Commander, if you like, you can hitch a ride on my airship. It's on our way. We can drop you off.
Now that's an offer I can't turn down, General.
Perfect. I'll grab my Shining Blade detachment and meet you there.
Let's get underway.
Commander's destination ahead. Looks like we're in for quite a ride.
We're not flying into that scramble, are we?
By gods, grow a backbone. Scared of a little weather? We survived. Somehow.
What was that?
I think it's hard for me to actually say, but I think a bloodstone just exploded.
A bloodstone? Then how are we still alive?
Good question, but others might not have been as lucky. I'm going down to scout for survivors, see if I can piece together what happened and why the blast reversed itself.
Watch your back and let me know what you find out. We'll try to get this bird running again.
Canuck was supposed to meet me here. Hope he and his troops were out of range.
Debris.
I've never seen an explosion collapse on itself like that. Magic was inches from my face, and then it suddenly shot into the ground. You think a dragon was responsible?
I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm here to investigate. I want to get into that crater and find out why the blast reversed and where the magic went.
Easier said than done. The area is swarming with White Mantle. We sent a patrol, but only one soldier made it back, and she's, not well.
What's wrong with her?
She was hit with magic unlike any we've seen. On the outside, she's fine, but it twisted her inside something fierce. She can barely move. She's been raving about floating purple stone monsters ever since she got back.
Stone creatures? That rings a White Mantle bell. Can you reach the Priory and see what they know about them?
Sure thing, Commander.
Have you seen Canuck?
Who?
He's a Sylvari. Tough but well-spoken, medium build, a bit cranky.
Can't say that I have. But I did see Kaith run through here like a centaur on fire. She wouldn't stop for anything. Just hauled tail through the war zone and was gone like that.
Thank you. I'll let the General know you're down here.
At least. And mentally?
Is it as bad as it looks down there?
It's not good. White Mantle hit in the blast are mad with hunger for magical energy. They gather any scrap they can find.
The White Mantle? Could they have done this? And to what end?
I don't know. Maybe it was an experiment gone wrong. Maybe it was supposed to empower all of them and it went awry.
Whoever it was, we owe them our gratitude. That blast would have hit Lion's Arch, and they just rebuilt the place.
I'd hold off on the thanks until we know what their motive is. There's a packed squad down there. They've already established a camp and are trying to get a foothold in the area.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, it's not all good news. Some other Pact members were also caught in the blast.
Just what the Pact didn't need. More dead soldiers.
They're not dead, but they've been twisted by bloodstone magic, just like the White Mantle.
They don't deserve that. They deserve peace.
I understand. I'd want the same if the roles were reversed.
Thank you, Commander.
Come in. Can you read me, Commander?
Loud and clear, Tyria.
Finally! There's been tons of magical interference. Been difficult to get a clean line to you. Okay, I've been going over some data coming in from the blast area, and one thing stands out. The people who were within the blast radius who, survived, they need to consume the magic to live, but the magic's also driving them more and more insane.
That must be why I've seen them snatching up bloodstone shards.
Then they have to have a way to harvest the magic inside. I wonder how.
I'll track down where they're taking the shards for harvest and see what they're using. Commander, over.
Did you mean Commander out? It's okay. Communicator protocol takes a little getting used to. Timey out.
It looks like there are magical scorch marks leading this way.
Behold, dragon and hero together.
Who's there?
It's me, Commander.
Keith. Bennett said he saw you.
Are you...
Trying to figure out why the explosion reversed itself, and the trail led me here. Look at these marks. Could these have been made by a torrent of magic?
Possibly. You think something or someone was behind this? Or was it a natural disaster?
Seems like an awfully odd natural disaster. You saw what happened, right?
I've recently learned to not always rely on my senses. They can betray you.
This pedestal seems to be the nexus of it all. Let's look around and...
Tremor!
Incoming!
Did you see that?
That bloodstone explosion seemed to trigger some sort of magical echo.
I couldn't really tell what was happening.
Let's find some more bloodstone and see if we can recreate it. Get a clearer picture. This could give us an insight on why the blast reversed itself. Ready? I'll take care of releasing the magic.
Then what?
Then we cross our fingers that we jumpstart the magic echo. And don't blow ourselves to smithereens. What was that? What happened?
Where you were standing, there was only a brilliant light, devouring magic. Then some people behind the light didn't look so lucky. These silhouettes.
They must have been vaporized by the blast.
Who would have done this purposefully?
Someone who just absorbed the lion's share of a bloodstone's worth of magic. Could have been Codicus. I have to find Canuck and warn him. If he's still alive.
Commander, Canuck ordered us to find you. Minister Codicus is in the area.
He's alive. I need to tell him about what we just witnessed. Point me in the right direction. Keith?
You know what? I think I'll stay a moment. Maybe poke around some more.
Are you sure? Will you be okay?
It's fine, Commander. Remember? I'm a shadow.
Canuck. Glad to see you're alive. I was afraid you'd been caught in the blast.
We almost were, but then, not.
Me too. Your troops?
Some of them are still looking for you, and the rest are forming a perimeter around this place. I wanted to deal with the Minister privately. I really only need you there to corroborate events, should they go south. Plus, I ran into these two delinquents and figured Dragon's Watch could certainly handle it.
Marjorie? Ritlock? Showed up just in time to help us track down Codicus.
It was all anyone could talk about in Divinity's reach. Canuck, you're here under the orders
Countess Anise is very concerned about Codicus's well-being. I'm to return him home, unless the innocent until proven guilty minister does something to change those plans.
She must be very hopeful your plans change.
I was instructed to be tight-lipped about it. But I will say this. Yes.
Before we find him, Codicus may have been the someone who consumed the Bloodstone's magic. If it's true, he may be a little stronger than we all remember.
If he did, we can't just let him loose on Kryta. Or maybe all of Tyria's his prize this time.
I only want to be off Anise's leash. Saving the world would just be a corollary benefit.
For Kryta!
You have company!
No one crosses the white mantle!
I'll surely succeed where others failed!
These White Mantle guards aren't affected by the Bloodstone like the others I fought. They must have arrived after the explosion.
Then they came with Codicus. We're close.
Bloodstones won't collect themselves.
Sounds like we might have something ahead.
Let me take the lead, Ritlock. I was given specific orders on how this was supposed to be executed. And I don't need you to defile it with your inclination to blindly smite.
If that's a blindfold crack.
Care to take the door, Commander? Minister Codicus, you have obviously... Oh, he's not here. Ritlock, smite away.
My pleasure.
You'll never take him!
Codicus wanted them to collect bloodstones.
Hopefully to weigh his pockets down while he jumped in the lake.
He can't be far now. Move along, everyone.
The loose magic here has certainly turned this area into a war zone.
So, Commander, you really think Codicus caused the blast to reverse itself?
Possibly. Keith and I found ground zero and determined something or someone soaked up the lion's share of magic.
His escape does seem conveniently timed to be in the right place at the right time.
Keith, what was she doing here?
Investigating the blast. She asked I forgive her for stealing the egg and everything.
I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't think people can change that much.
Ever the cynic.
See? Point proven. I'll never change either. Ask Casimir.
It would be hard for me to blame Kaith for her actions while Mordremoth was alive. But let's save the philosophical arguments until after the Minister is dealt with.
Then let's lay the man to rest.
I think you mean return him to safety.
I'll never understand human politics.
Why do I feel like I'm repeating myself? You follow my orders! I don't know where these delusions are coming from. There is one white mantle. Do you hear me? One!
Minister, I understand, but...
But... Quiet! Now tell me again what this pile of rocks can do. Are there magic words? How powerful is it? Well?
That's him, all right.
Reminds me of a boss I had at the cotton candy stands when I was younger.
Everyone ready to crash his party? Time for your foot key, Commander. Minister Codicus, you've obviously been taken prisoner by these white mantle zealots. I'm here to rescue you and return you to the royal palace.
Let's drop the charade, shall we, you ignorant fiend? I will not give you enemy's reach until I wear the crown.
So I'm clear. You're admitting you're associated with the White Mantle?
Are you quite touched? I'm their supreme leader, and they will carry me all the way to the throne of Kryta.
Commander, did you witness that?
I did.
Then by the providence granted to me by Countess Anise, I hereby pass sentence on you, Codicus Beetlestone. Today is your last day on Tyria. Allow my blade to bid you farewell.
Get them! Turn this thing on! What do you think of my latest find? You will not stop me! The Krytan throne was built upon White Mantle blood, and we are its rightful heirs.
You are a heretic, Codicus, and you shall lead no White Mantle, for I am their god!
What? It can't be!
I am the last Marsat. Many years ago, you knew me as Lazarus the Dire. I have returned from the brink of existence.
No! You are a false god! The White Mantle is mine! Don't listen to him!
Empty words, formed by the forked tongue of a snake. The human seat of power and its current monarch are inconsequential. We are destined to face more virtuous pursuits. My true believers, you're welcome to seek shelter in my light. To those who doubt, you're welcome to burn.
Canuck, go now!
Don't stand there with your mouth agape! Get me out of here!
Mesmers! Sorry, Montre, no offense to Kaz.
Helpful if they're on your side. Annoying if they're not. I understand.
He's gone.
I'm sorry, Canuck. However, I can help to catch him.
Doesn't look like there's any sign of Lazarus either. The Mersat alive. We should immediately warn the Queen, but he appeared to be disinterested in Kryta.
Surprisingly different from the last time the Mersat were sticking their creepy bird feet where they didn't belong.
Marjorie, weren't you just saying something about people not being able to change?
A virtuous pursuit could mean a lot of things to a Mersat. But I'll admit, I'm curious.
Yeah, they might think it's noble to make a necklace out of your teeth.
With Codicus not displaying any signs of excess power, I think we have to assume Lazarus was the one behind the blast. We need to find him, get an idea of what he's planning to do with all that magic.
Codicus will want to hunt him down too. He won't readily surrender control of the White Mantle. One will inevitably lead us to the other.
Then this will be a good way to start the new guild. A crisis. But hopefully not a world-ending crisis.
It's how I prefer my crises.
Commander, can you read me? I have some news.
I'm here, Timey. What do you have?
Something possibly slightly, marginally cataclysmic. I managed to finally get detailed lay readings from the map and determined... well...
What is it?
Primordis is active.
Timey, please tell me there was some sort of calculations error. Primordis is really active.
An error? You think I made it... Hey, good to see you too.
Sorry. I didn't think we'd be dealing with another dragon so soon.
About that, I have some good news and bad news.
What's the bad news?
Great idea. Good news first. Ha! Feast your eyes and blindfolds on this.
Different tile on the ground. Impressive.
No, this is another one of Rada Novus's secrets I discovered. Stand there and you'll be ported to this crazy simulation room the Novans developed but never finished.
And you finished it?
Well, no, I couldn't, figure it out.
What's that?
I couldn't figure it out, okay? Just so happens to fall outside my giant, incredibly deep pool of knowledge. Whatever, it works now. I called in Moto, an Asura with some experience in that realm. He got it up and running for me.
What's it do?
It can process numerous experimental theories, but the Rada Novans developed it to test themselves against various Primordis minions. Want to check it out?
Sure. It'll be helpful to find out what we're about to go up against.
Perfect! It'll also help me run some numbers and see what the room's capable of. Anything else I need to tell you? Just a tiny bit more. It's the bad news part.
Go on.
You ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Maybe you should sit down. No, stand. Stay standing. Okay, here it is. Jormag is also active.
What? How can you be sure? I thought most of this tech was focused on Primordis.
Brown sent a letter from the Shiver Peaks.
What did it say?
Jormag is active, Brown. He's a Norn of few words.
2 dragons at once.
Yeah, but there's a silver lining. Neither one has gone all Mordramoth on us. Well, so far. There's such an excess of energy out there, all the old rulebooks are being rewritten. Oh look! The next wave is ready.
Outside of a few monkey anomalies, the room was very impressive. Next time you'll have to program in some Jormag minions. Any idea what's happening with the other Elder Dragons?
Nothing on Krakatora can ditto for... oh, what's his name? Brain malfunction, starts with an S.
What about a weakness? All this machinery has to be good for something.
Why don't you channel some patience from the mists there, Tribune? A whole civilization of brilliant Asura couldn't find it. But yeah, I got this in 5 minutes.
Maybe if you were as open with your research as you were with your mouth, you'd have cracked it by now.
You're going to lecture me on openness? Remind me again what happened to you in the mists. Oh, that's right, Zipper Lips.
Okay. We're all on the same team here. But have you made any progress?
Only a few huge leaps. First, remember my chalk organ?
The horribly disgusting body part of an even more horribly disgusting giant bug that you keep in the despicable blighting pod fluid? Yes, I remember, despite desperately trying to forget.
I named it Spencer.
And it's somehow more disturbing.
Don't listen to him, Spence. Anyway, I discovered why ley energy is different when run through him, and it's paradigm shifting. The chalk feed off ley energy, right? And we know that each dragon has a domain when it comes to their magic. Zaitan's was death, obviously. Well, you know what's guaranteed to give a chalk a bad stomachache? Death magic. Spencer filters death out of ley energy.
So magic is almost like light, broken up into a spectrum.
That's a perfect way to think about it. Magic as we know it is like white light, composed of all the different types of dragon magic. I'm gonna go down in Asuran history logs for this discovery.
As much as I love discussing minutia, how does this help us?
I don't know yet, but I will. I'll never sleep again. Now, I'm sure you're anxious to try out your moves against the real thing in the Fire Islands, so let's head back to the main lab.
Gridlock Brimstone.
That's tribune to you, soldier.
Not anymore, it's not. You've ignored numerous requests from the Black Citadel to account for your time in the mists and explain this new magic. Thus, you've been stripped of your rank and are hereby charged with dereliction of duty.
You're to come with us, Redlock. Sir.
And if I don't?
We've been authorized to use force.
But we'd hate to cause a scene.
I'm sure you would, pup. Getting this assignment, you two must either be the best warriors in the Iron Legion, or the ones with the worst luck. So...
Top of my class.
But it's starting to feel like both.
Ritlock?
It's okay, Commander. I'll straighten this out. It appears I underestimated the Citadel's response. Hope you enjoy the medal I'm earning you today, soldier. You get to return with Ridlock Brimstone in tow.
Without a fight?
Depends on my travel accommodations.
You can have my seat.
Come on, Vicon. You gonna groom him too?
Sorry I'll miss out on all the fun, Commander. I'll catch up with you as soon as I'm able.
Well, looks like I'm headed to the Fire Islands. Solo.
Sorry, I'd join you, but I just haven't had many moments to work on Scruffy 2.0. Plus, I need to start experimenting on the thing I told you about and the thing about the new thing, findings.
I understand.
Help! Someone help!
Wendell, what happened?
The Fire Islands. Our party. Lost. We shouldn't have strayed from the main outposts. Cammy held them off as long as she could, but...
No! Did she make it?
No. They changed, Timey. The destroyer's there.
Oh.
Changed? How?
Like Risen and Mordrum. Unstoppable.
Risen and Mordrum? What do you mean?
They're not like they were. Different attacks. A different... feel. I don't...
It's okay, it's okay. Take him away and get him some care.
What do you think that all meant?
Not sure. He could have... Of course. It's like you said about the monkey. They changed. That's why Mordrumoth was able to... The Mordrum, Commander?
What about them?
The ones who came from the Blighting Pods. Mordrumoth had its minions, the Sylvari, right? But it was able to create more, new ones from the dead. That power came from Zaitan. Killing Zaitan caused the other dragons to absorb the death spectrum, but we only saw it in Mordrumoth because it was active. Then we killed Mordrumoth, and now Primordus has absorbed some of the death and plantiness. I think.
Can we test that theory? I'll go and get you a sample from these new destroyers.
That'd be amazing, Commander. Be careful and let me know what you find.
Commander, welcome to the Fire Islands.
Apt name for such a place. I'm surprised anything can survive here. Can you give me a status report?
We're still assessing, but our preliminary findings are troubling. Primordus' arrival is having a profound impact on the island. The destroyers are surging in record numbers, and there's been a marked increase in the local seismic and volcanic activity. I've been trying to get word to Timey, but the atmospheric interference is wreaking havoc on our long-range comms. I doubt you'll get much use out of that communicator she gave you while you're here.
About the destroyers. We received word that they've been exhibiting new abilities. Changed, somehow. I'm here to gather samples to confirm the report. Where should I begin my search?
Not long ago, we sent a scout east to locate a nest. I'd begin your search there.
Leave them. They're stranded.
I've done what you asked. Am I allowed to pass?
Good. Yes, good. Scrit are safer, stronger. Come in, come in!
Well, are you just gonna stare at me slack-jawed, or is there something I can do for you?
I'm sorry, but you're a dwarf. What's left of one.
And you've got eyes in your head. Bully for the both of us. And the name's Roban, not that you asked.
Didn't expect to encounter your kind out here. I thought the dwarves were wiped out in the fight against Primordus.
If you really want a history lesson, I can give it to you after I've dealt with the crisis at hand. I've got islands to save, and not much body to save it with.
Crisis? Is this about the earthquakes? What's happening to the island?
There's a torrent of magical energy building up beneath these islands. Energy that feeds directly into the volcano. My brothers and I have been tending to it for years, using 4 contraptions to release the pressure and delay an eruption. Then Primordus and the blasted destroyers turned up, wrecked the machines, killed the other dwarves. Almost did me in 2, but I'm still standing, in a manner of speaking.
And if those machines aren't reactivated soon?
Then the islands will blow. And the destroyers... well, I'd prefer not to think about that.
I saw one of the contraptions just outside. How can I activate it? If what you say is true, we need to move fast.
The machines were built with us dwarves in mind. It won't respond to anyone else. Unless... Ah! I've got it. Take my thumb.
Your... thumb?
Yes, on the ground there. Use it to activate the machines. That's one upside to getting blown to bits. I'm partially portable. You may want to move quickly. It's been a while since the machines were run. The islands don't have much time. Sit and pass the time with this old dwarf, won't you? Scrit don't make good conversationalists.
I'd like to know more about you and the other Delgamore dwarves.
You want to know how it happened? What it felt like turning to stone? I'll tell you what I remember. But it was centuries ago.
You must have forgotten more in your lifetime than I've experienced in mine.
I remember when I last had soft flesh like yours. I was in the caves with my brethren when word came round about the ritual. Such a proud day.
The great dwarf's power is upon you all.
The ritual is almost done. How are we doing?
I've restructured the matrix array for the golems. It's so simple that even a human can use it.
The Norn are ready as well.
There are 5 of you?
I thought 4 would be enough. Olaf's daughter insisted she come along.
I will never understand the Norn.
Captain Langmar and the Ebon Vanguard stand ready as well.
Are you going to undergo the rite, Ogden?
Not I. Those who undergo the rite are changed both in body and mind. I will stay with you for the moment.
The great dwarf's power is upon you all. The final battle lies before us. Great destroyer against great dwarf. In victory, the dwarves will be changed forevermore. We are all the great dwarf now.
Standing shoulder to shoulder with an army of Deldramore warriors. Then, the magic swelled and changed us.
Why did you change yourselves?
My race, you see, suffered from a prophecy written over 1,000 years ago. The prophecy said we were destined to stand between our beloved Tyria and the Elder Dragons consuming it. And so we did.
What happened?
The Great Dwarf's magic turned us to stone, because only stone can stand for long against fire. The first time Primordus tried to take our birthright from us, we pushed that old scoundrel back down into his slumber.
When is right. With the death of their master, the destroyers lost their motivation. Jalus and his dwarves pursued them in the depths of the earth. Legends were born that day. And while this threat was ended, the legends would continue. In the years to come, new threats would arise in Tyria. New creatures would stir. New sacrifices would be made. And the greatest threat of all was yet to come. A threat that would consume the entire world. And call upon the greatest of heroes. The children of the legends.
Primordus is stirring again, deep in the bowels of the world. It's left the Shiver Peaks and begun its journey to the surface.
You're sure of that?
Today, I may be the last dwarf, though the Skrit seem to believe there's one more of my kin in the Durman Priory. Where'd you float off to just now? You all right?
I just had a vision. Pretty ominous one.
A vision? You sure it's not just the heat playing tricks on you?
This was no hallucination. I have to get back to Tyria as soon as possible.
Guess I'll have to take your word for it. Well, thank you for the help, friend. The Fire Islands owe you a great debt.